Misfit Makers presents MisANGLE. Ooh, she hot. Okay, besties, let me show you guys how I made the little triangles to create our little template for the front of our cup. So we're going over here to where it says shapes. Let me zoom in. Sorry for the sound effects. And you're gonna choose a little, this little triangle here. It's called a nabla symbol. Am I saying that right? Why can't they just call it a triangle? Well, this one's called triangle, but nabla. There we go. So we got our little triangle here. Let's flip it. Let's flip it so it's going the right way. Oops, did I flip it? Did I do it? Oh, sorry. There we go. Flip it. So we're gonna make another one. So go over here where it says duplicate. Okay, back on our screen. I have a really big screen, so I have to go back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so here we have two little triangles. So this one, we are going to adjust our width to up here. See, we're gonna adjust our width to 3.5. That will be our big triangle. And just let that adjust however. There, she grew. And this is our little triangle. So we're gonna do 3 inches right there in width. And just let it self-adjust. There we go. So now we have both of our triangles. We're gonna go ahead and line them up, okay? There's probably an easier way to do this, but you know your bestie likes to do it the hard way. Let's change colors just so we can see them better. There we go. So we are going to adjust it where we wanna see it, where we want it to be on our cup, okay? That looks straight enough. Remember, trust your eyeballs, okay? There we go. So now we have it kind of how we want it on our cup. What we're gonna do is we're gonna select it all, and then we're gonna go over here where it says attach. You're not gonna weld it, because if you weld it, let me show you what happens when you weld. Weld, see, it becomes a Christmas tree. We do not want a Christmas tree. So let's undo that, and let's do attach. So, sorry, I hope I'm not like getting you guys all, okay, here we go. So we select it all and we go down here again where it says attach. What this means is that it's going to cut it together. It's not welding like a Christmas tree. It's going to cut it together like that. If you don't attach it, what's going to happen is that when you go to cut it, it's going to cut it like this, two separate pieces. You want it already lined up so you're not messing with it and lining it up on your cup itself. This is how I did it. There's other ways to do it, I am sure, but this is how I found to do it. You guys know that I do it the hard way, so hopefully this is helpful. Then you go to make it, and I didn't attach it. I am sorry. Let me go attach it again. Okay, attached. Bloopers. Okay, see, now it's attached, so it's gonna cut like this. All those cut lines will be there. You will obviously remove this part because that's the part we're gonna glitter, and this is the part that's going to have the vinyl print on it. So there you have it. I hope that was helpful. Okay, besties, let's get started. I will be using a 24-ounce plump from Steel Magnolias, one of my favorite tumblers to work with. I love how they're straight and they're plumpy and juicy. Hey. Anyway, here is my little triangle, aka nabla, that I cut out, and we are going to place it on our tumbler. I am using some transfer tape to make this much easier, and place it all as one big sticker. We're gonna line up our decal here at the edge of our tumbler. Just get it as straight as you can and work out any bubbles that are underneath your decal. Take your time, rub it out. Oh my gosh. Who told me I can do tutorials? Ooh. Next, you want to take your measuring tape and you want to measure the gap between the triangle. So measure and then divide in half to find your middle. You know, numbers are hard for me, so I made sure to do this off camera first, but there's my little middle that I'm making a little mark, and then I'm gonna take my level / ruler and make a straight edge right down the middle. There's other tools that make this easier, but you know, bala on a budget over here, using what I got. So make your little line with the pencil here. Now you have your middle. So that is going to help us figure out where we want to draw our next triangle. So I'm going to warn you guys, there's a lot of taping in this tutorial, like a lot. I probably could have found an easier way, and as I was doing it, I was like, ooh, I could have done this, I could have done that. But anyway, this worked, and it turned out amazing. So use your tape here to make a triangle using the lines that you've created. So starting from the triangle on the bottom and then meeting all the way to the top where your line ends. Next, we're going to take our vinyl. So we're gonna do like a little taggy here so we can stick it to our tumbler, and we're gonna line it up to the stainless steel part here where our tape ends. And oh my gosh, it's giving me trouble. I know. I didn't want to cut this out because, you know, it's part of the struggle is part of it. The struggle is part of it. So here we are. We are just going to roll this piece of vinyl out, and we're gonna go slowly rubbing out any little wrinkles or bubbles or anything like that. So take your time and work your way around the tumbler. Once you make it to the other side, take your scissors and trim off the excess so it's not getting in the way, sticking onto everything. After you have your vinyl, now it's time to trim off the excess. If you're brave enough, you can go ahead and use your X-Acto knife and cut along the little groove that the tape underneath shows through. But I just don't want to take that risk because I love this vinyl and I don't have any more. So I'm gonna use a little hack right here where I'm placing my tape right over the existing tape that is underneath, and I'm gonna use that as a guide to make my line super straight. Make sure you have a super sharp X-Acto blade, okay? You don't want to drag your vinyl or rip it, and this just makes for a nice clean cut. Now we can remove our tape and vinyl. Look how satisfying this is, like just removing it with that nice crispy edge. I'm gonna take my scissors to cut off any excess here, again, just to get it out of the way. We will make sure to clean it up really good in a second. On our other side, we're gonna repeat the same process, place our tape alongside that tape that you already have, just to make a nice clean edge, and then use your X-Acto knife to cut it and pull off any of the excess. Next, we're going to take our excess vinyl here from the bottom and just kind of pull and smooth out any wrinkles over the edge of our tumbler. We are going to trim this up and it's going to look nice and clean, but right now we're just getting out of the way so we can trim it with our edge cup edging tool. There we go. That's hard to say. I love my cup edging tool. It makes life so much easier. Plus, it leaves a nice crisp line. And then look, you just peel it off and it's all even all around your tumbler. Okay, as I warned you, a lot of taping in this tutorial. So take your that is hard. My painter's tape, take your painter's tape and put it alongside the vinyl to protect your vinyl. Then a little piece right here, just because I like really clean edges and I want to make sure to make my life much easier when I go to glittering this cup. So you're going to repeat the same process on the other side of the vinyl. Here we go again, placing our tape, making sure it's nice and crispy. Okay, more taping, more taping. We're gonna take our painter's tape, I said it right this time, and we're gonna place it along that first little line, the one over the vinyl that you're gonna keep. So as you see, there's a little cut line right there. Follow that little line. I promise when you're actually doing it yourself, it will be super easy. And I'm gonna use my cup edging tool here in a second. I just thought that was coming up. It snuck up on me. But anyway, I'm gonna remove that piece of vinyl right there because that's where we're gonna glitter our cup. So now I'm gonna take my edging tool and cut off that tape just to make it nice and clean and easy to Mod Podge, paint, and glitter. You guessed it, besties, more tape. So we're gonna tape alongside our vinyl here just to protect it from our glitter and our glue and our paint and all that good stuff. We're gonna go ahead and take some black paint. I am using some Waverly Black Matte Paint, chalk paint, and I am going to go ahead and paint my stainless steel here. This is where we're gonna apply our black glitter. So we're gonna apply one coat, let it dry really good, and then go in with some Mod Podge mixed with acrylic paint and to apply our black glitter. I will be using Titanium by Backfist Customs, one of my favorite blacks. It's super sparkly. You don't have to add any glitter to it to make it sparkly, so it's even better. A lot of black glitters tend to get a little dull after you epoxy them. Not this one. This one is super sparkly. That's why it's one of my favorites. So here we are, applying the Mod Podge and paint mixture. And you gotta move fast because you know Mod Podge waits for nobody. It dries so fast. So let's go ahead and glitter this baby up. Make sure you get all your creases there, all those little crevices on the cup before you glitter it. There we go, there we go. There's the glittering part. Oh, I'm getting ahead, I'm getting ahead. Besties, the glitter gods were on my side today. I only needed one coat of glitter, but if you need to do 2 coats, it's completely normal. It is the norm to do 2 coats. Sometimes you get lucky and you just have to do 1. So if you do have to do 2 coats, just fluff out your glitter and apply a coat of Mod Podge and go in at it with glitter again. So what's next? You guessed it, more taping. So I am using some washi tape here to tape alongside my vinyl to protect it. And I'm gonna place some vinyl on both, or not vinyl, washi tape. I'm gonna place some washi tape on both sides. This kind of looks kind of cute with the little leopard spots. I kind of digging it. But anyway, moving on, put your washi tape and then trim it up really nice to get ready to glitter our next section. Now to paint our next section, I am using acrylic paint to give it a good base color to apply our glitter. Just be very careful along your glitter and any of your vinyl. You have that tape to protect it, but still be very careful. I would probably have used a smaller brush, but once I started, I'm like, too late, gotta use what I got. So once you paint it, let it dry really, really good, and then we're gonna go in with our glitter. So I'm mixing some Mod Podge into my existing paint that I used on my tumbler, and we're gonna use that to apply our glitter. Remember, when you're applying Mod Podge, make sure you have nice even strokes, make sure it's a nice thin coat, and that you have no like Mod Podge boogers or streaks, or you know what I mean, little globs. So just take your time, but also at the same time, work quickly. Now it's time for glitter time. I am using Surf's Up by Backfist Customs. It is one of my favorite neon blues. It is so vibrant, so sparkly, just I love it. If you need another coat of glitter after this one, just make sure to let this one dry and then fluff out your excess and then go in at it again with some Mod Podge. Now we're going to remove our tape to reveal those nice crispy lines. Remember guys, you don't want to leave your tape on there too long, because if you let it dry completely, when you go to take off your tape, it is going to lift up your glitter, and that is a sad story. So take off your washi tape, be careful not to scratch it up, and reveal how pretty it is. Oh my goodness. You guessed it, more taping, more taping. So we're gonna take our painter's tape and tape alongside our vinyl here to protect it. Now we're putting our tape on the inside so we can glitter our next section. Let's get ready to paint our next section. I'm using some dispersion paint from CCDIY. I love these paints, they're super vibrant, and of course the neon pack is a must-have. I am going to mix some chalk paint. Why did I stall? I'm looking at it right now. It's chalk paint. I'm mixing it up to give it a nice Pepto color. So we're gonna go ahead and paint. So take your time guys, be very careful painting it so you do not get it on your glitter. Okay, so go slowly along that line. I would use a smaller brush than what I use, but again, I made a big boo-boo and I just grabbed this one, so I had to stick with it for recording purposes. Okay, I'm mixing up some Mod Podge into our little Pepto mixture here to apply our glitter. I'm gonna be using Hotter Than Hot by Glitter Chimp. It is a very neon, very bright glitter, you know, my type of colors. So take your time along those little edges and make sure to not get any paint on your glitter or vinyl. Look how beautiful this pink is. It's super bright. I actually did have to do 2 coats of glitter on this, which is completely okay. Just make sure to apply your second coat with Mod Podge and fluff between coats. As you see, look how beautiful our tumbler looks. After this, seal it really good and epoxy it. I didn't record that part. I completely forgot. I got ahead of myself. So anyway, this has 1 coat of epoxy and now I'm sanding it down really good, but still be gentle. Remember, it only has 1 coat of epoxy, so you don't want to go too far. And then clean your rims. I clean after every coat of epoxy. And then I'm gonna wipe it down with some good old H2O and a coffee filter. So now for a long, tedious part is laying all your striping. I cut my stripes in sizes 0.07 by 11, and this just gives me the nice like little dainty striping. You can definitely go bigger or smaller, whatever you like. I went ahead and went little and skinny with everything. I just wanted to look super dainty. I didn't want it to take away from the design. So take your choice of vinyl and go along all your edges. I went with chrome silver and some regular black for all my lines. Besties, if you are new to the vinyl striping game and don't know how to make your own vinyl stripes, I have a small tutorial in the Misfit Makers group where I go step by step on how to make them with your Cricut. It is a very simple process, but it is very helpful because you can use whatever vinyl you want and you can use whatever size to create your designs. You can also purchase nail tape from Amazon, or there's other companies like Foils and Flakes where they sell the pre-cut vinyl striping in lots of colors. So choose your path. Besties, you guys already know I'm extra AF. So I'm adding extra little vinyl here to my triangle just to kind of give it some more dimension, something more to look at, and I just think it looks cute. I'm also going to be adding some extra vinyl stripings to the sections between my pink glitter sections. They're definitely optional. Make it your own. If you want them there, good. If you don't, it's okay. Just get wild with it. Get fun with it. So after 52 million hours of vinyl striping, I like to go in with some quick coat. This will prevent from any of those little pesky corners on your vinyl to lift up when you're epoxying. So this is definitely worth it because that's the last thing you need is for your vinyl to lift up when you're epoxying. So get two gloved fingers and just apply it with your hands around your cup. Let it dry fully. It usually takes 15 to 20 minutes, and then you can go ahead and epoxy that baby. Here we go. I added a little bit of glitter additive to my epoxy just to give it an extra sparkle because I'm extra, I know, but this will just make it look super sparkly. Look at this, besties. She is so pretty, so bright, so vibrant. I gave it 2 more coats of epoxy just for a smooth finish, and she looks good. I cannot wait to see what you guys create. Make sure to tag us at MMBX, and if you want to learn how to make these kind of tumblers, go check us out at Misfit Makers Besties.